It's no secret that 9 to 5 is a drag, but what if you could be doing something you love and still have the security of a steady paycheck? Don't settle for anything less than getting out of the day job. Let's talk about how entrepreneurship can be your path to success. Let's start by taking a look at these two options. 1. A rigid, repetitive 9 to 5. Or 2. An adventurous entrepreneurial path. I believe the majority would prefer the second option. And we're only discussing the private sector here. Government employment is a completely different route. Now, I assume you chose the latter because, regardless of the benefits an employer provides, you would not want to work in the same position, performing the same task for the rest of your life. We all know that job rotation and promotions are uncommon in MNCs, and the only method to change jobs is to transfer to another business. Have you ever heard of outstanding entrepreneur stories? They frequently end with the message that they were inspired to carry out such a dangerous notion because they wanted to stand out from the crowd and live their lives differently. The desire to listen to themselves rather than their pestering boss kept them going throughout the voyage. With everything getting virtual and the internet becoming a necessity, the kids now have far more resources than any previous generation. They have practically unlimited access to information. Individuals' awareness of the opportunities available to them has grown dramatically. Job versus entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the act of starting or attempting to start a new business. Entrepreneurs are persons who are prepared to put their own time and money at risk in order to start a business. Entrepreneurship is one of today's most popular job paths for young people. It's grown in popularity to the point where it's now one of the most prevalent majors in college courses. Jobs are what we do to support ourselves. Entrepreneurship is what we do to make money. Entrepreneurship can be defined as the pursuit of opportunity without regard for current resources. As such, it's the use of creativity and innovation in the pursuit of greater self-worth. This approach is applicable to any business, endeavor, or effort, whether entrepreneurial or not. Moving forward, consider the benefits of working versus beginning your own business. Number 1. Consistent earnings. This is the brightest star in the fog and draws the most attention. Stable income means that even if your firm suffers a loss, the amount promised to you will not be jeopardized. Your set wage is unaffected by any external factors, so you may concentrate solely on your responsibilities and not be concerned with anything else. In contrast, if you are the owner of a firm in its early phases, you may not even be able to cover the charges. Your efforts and decisions determine your revenues and profitability. There's no revenue stability, and you may suffer losses as well. Number 2. There is no danger factor. What is the most you can lose if you work for a multinational corporation? I suppose it's the job itself. Even this is done after allowing enough time to search for another job. Before firing someone from a corporation, there is usually a 3-month notice period. You have no other assets at risk, such as funds, personal items, or investments. On the other hand, suppose you created a business and invested your savings as well as borrowed money. That is a perilous situation in the event that the endeavor does not succeed. Although taking risks is an important characteristic of an entrepreneur, it may not be pleasant for some people. Number 3. Restrictions on authority. Working a normal job will allow you to demonstrate your competence and professionalism in that duty. You're given a set amount of work each day and are solely liable for that amount. Your accountability is confined to finance if you are competent at it and work for it. Failure in marketing will not be one of your problems. In contrast, the early stages of a firm rarely include a large and professional crew. You would be totally responsible for the outcomes in all domains despite having minimal resources to handle your work. You are the company's visionary and leader, and you chart its course. Number 4. Time constraint. Isn't it a 9 to 5 job? So before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m., you can pretend you don't know your boss and no one will object. People grumble that time constraints exist for namesake and that they labor overtime for no reason, but ponder about it. At the very least, you have the opportunity to say no. Nobody could question your refusal of work after a certain time period. People work more because they procrastinate in general, not because they're asked to. You cannot say no as an entrepreneur. If you make this denial mistake, you may have to go down the success ladder. Even if many select it to get away from 9 to 5, no 2 days are the same. You could be perfect all week and then have to work non-stop on your precious weekend. Being your own boss forces you to work harder. This one line is free to live in my head and may soon be in yours as well. It isn't about money. It's about liberty. I believe we can all agree that working for someone else does not allow you to experience independence. You have a boss that expects you to be worth every dime he spends on you, and if he believes you aren't, you can be easily replaced. In light of these considerations, allow me to present some disadvantages of employment versus beginning your own business. Number 1. There is no freedom. As previously said, a 9 to 5 job feels suffocating. Although this is not the case for everyone, the majority of people complain about it. You can't possibly enjoy the freedom of being yourself and doing things your own way. You may be unable to put a wonderful ideal into action simply because it does not have approval. Even the highest paying jobs require you to be accountable for your activities and to give reports and data to your superior. However, the entrepreneurial life is distinct. It's completely free. Consider it. Does the owner of your company sit on a laptop worried while you work your hardest to provide exceptional results? He doesn't. At least not in the little details. The owners are visionaries who tell you where you're going and how to get there as the team walks in. They appreciate the profits and are able to work their way up. They can use hit and trial or any other strategy they believe is appropriate. They are completely free. Number 2. Stiffness and tiredness. Doing the same thing over and over, following a schedule, feels monotonous and stiff. There are occasional promotions, and routines might become exhausting after a while. This is one of the primary reasons behind the widespread dislike of MNC jobs. Being the owner of one is quite the contrary. You have a plethora of new things to learn and experiment with. It'll never grow old. The essential goal of an entrepreneur is to learn new things and apply them to your own business. Because they manage or supervise all disciplines, they have the opportunity to become an overall specialist and regularly upskill. Number 3. Lack of motivation. What makes you want to work for the company? Isn't it money? However, in this situation, it appears that this is the only motive, which disappears after a few years. How long can you keep doing something you despise only for the money? Humans have distinct esteem and recognition requirements that must be met after obtaining financial stability. In contrast, being the firm's owner will always keep you motivated. Your name, efforts, and financial investment in the venture will drive you to push yourself and hustle for more. The fire will never die because your efforts are precisely proportional to your benefits. Because of your efforts, you may see the seed grow into a plant right before your eyes. Number 4. Exhaustion. Burnout is a sensation of exhaustion generated by a prolonged period of stress. Employees experience burnout on a regular basis. It's the feeling of being unable to keep up with the amount of advertising work that's stacking up. As a result, employees overworked themselves, worsening their mental and physical health. Entrepreneurs, hopefully, do not encounter this issue on a severe level because they can take a break anytime they want. After forming a strong team, they can even delegate their responsibilities. Nobody can object to anything since it's your firm. In short, what you choose and what thrills you the most is entirely up to you. However, the benefits of running a business and being an entrepreneur, such as larger earnings, recognition, better knowledge, and a lifetime income, make it a better decision. Even while our educational system is more focused on educating students for jobs, I believe that becoming an entrepreneur is more fun, adventurous, and profitable. Whatever you choose is perfectly great. Just remember to appreciate what you do and be happy. Like, share the video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more likely motivational videos. And don't forget to hit the bell icon for future updates.